It's time to stop getting in our own way. You know, if you're a person that get in your own way, this message is for you as well. Not just for me, but this message is for you as well. You know, stop getting in your own way, man, because it's like that meme where, you know, you ever see the meme where the guy, he keeps digging and digging and digging and a diamond is right there, but he just stopped.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, you can pick a day. Got time for you. Always got time for you. Got time for you. Always got time for you.
Yeah. We live and we are back. Welcome to a new episode of The Internet is Fiction. I am your host, Mac Melly. If you speak in negativity, there's nothing you could tell me. What it do, what the business is. Word on the street, Mac known to handle his. Bitch, get your mind right. Let me talk to him. What's going on? How y'all doing? I hope you all had a good week. I hope you're having a good month. I hope you're having a great year. 2025 thus far has been good, has been bad to me. You know what I'm saying? It's good and it's bad. I can't really complain too much. You know what? No one likes to hear a damn complainer. But I'm here to give you guys a great show, man. I got a few dope topics I think is dope that I like to discuss. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nor Kin for Life. Sorry, I fucked that up. Nor Kin for Life was on the last episode 26, and my boy El Guapo bringing the 25 with episode 25. Make sure y'all tap in, lock in, like, comment, subscribe, and go check that out for your boy one time. Smash that like button. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, we back. We live, man. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a better space. I can, talk some shit to y'all, get some opinions and some feelings too. But I want to start off, I always like to start off the segment doing a good old mental health check, you know what I'm saying? Checking your wellness, making sure the mind, body, and the soul is intact. So, stay hydrated, stay sucker free. I'm back working out, hit that gym. I have a nutritionist. I also have a fitness coach, provided for me. So, shout out to Vanessa Garrison, Francisco, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to actually start sending them some of the podcasts because they speak a lot of life into me and give me a lot of good and positive feedback, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to y'all. And, yeah, man, 2025 has been real good. Like I said, the mental is always stable. I was battling with some deep anxiety in the past, but we good now. So, I'm always going to preach and talk mental health as soon as we pop the channel off. You dig what I'm saying? Hold on, my little sign. My on air joint. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you smell me? Pardon me, you know what I'm saying? Back to regular scheduled program. But I want to start off the first segment with I for a while I have to be real and check myself, man. Sometimes you got to check yourself, right? And the reason I want to check myself is because I know that I'm one of these individuals. I'm one of them individuals that if I don't work hard and create and produce product, shit don't happen for me. Things just don't happen for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't work on luck. I'm not a lucky person. I'm not one of those people that's going to walk out the house and run into a bunch of money. Like, I got to really run it up, go out here, bust my ass, and go get it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I know for a period of time, I started to feel like I'm not where I want to be. And I had to look in the mirror and say that is completely your fault. You know what I mean? It is my fault that I am not where I want to be in life in general. Just not even, I won't even just say the podcast. I'm going to say musically, podcast, clothing brand. I kind of got in my own way. I didn't I got in my own way. When I didn't see the results that I was looking for, I slowed down. You feel me? I pump the brakes, and sometimes it is, it is good to do. You learn from your losses or whatnot. But again, me knowing me and how I operate, I'm just not one of those people who are allowed to take a break, because once I take my foot off the gas, I feel like things just get worse. It just turns into turmoil. You know what I'm saying? It just gets bad. You feel me? It goes from bad to worse. So, with that being said, I had to just, check myself. You feel me? I had to check, even today, I had to check myself. Like a lot of times, I'll look at the board, look at the camera, I'll get them an episode tomorrow, and then tomorrow turns into next week, and next week, next month, and and so on and so forth. So, I had to check my motherfucking self, man, because even I'm gonna be honest, my subscribers went down, my likes and comments started to go down, like because I wasn't producing. I'm not producing at the high level and doing this shit to the best of my ability. So I want y'all to, forgive me. And if you are a fan of the show, don't be afraid to get in them comments and check my ass too. I'm not above being checked. You feel me? I'm definitely not above being checked. So if you want to continue to see the internet is fiction, yo, Mac, what's up, man? When you drop another episode, because honestly, I was feeling like the podcast wasn't really growing, if I'm being quite honest. But I'll see people in the streets, and that's all they talk about. Yo, I seen the podcast, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yo, damn, like, I got to keep doing what I'm doing. Don't look at the numbers, just keep working. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head low and stay firing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was always taught. So, yeah, man, with that being said, man, I'm going to just make sure I'm just, keep producing and putting out dope product into the universe. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Like, I think, it's time to stop getting in our own way. If you're a person that get in your own way, this message is for you as well. Not just for me, but this message is for you as well. Stop getting in your own way, man, because it's like that meme where, you ever see the meme where the guy, he keeps digging and digging and digging, and a diamond is right there, but he just stopped. That really applies to me, man. I think about that meme all the time, and I'm like, yo, if you could just keep, and I've said this on a previous episode, you know what I'm saying? The mantra for me is definitely stop stopping. I have to stop stopping. You know what I'm saying? Because in between them little breaks, I'm very competitive. It's somebody else that y'all watching. It's somebody else that y'all checking out. When y'all could be riding and dying with me, you know what I'm saying? Now, you done drifted off. You don't find somebody else to tap in and tune into, because Mac is not producing the way Mac is supposed to produce, and I apologize. I am sorry. Real talk, I'm sorry, man. So, yeah, definitely, I had to check myself. Cheers to that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I also want to shout out everybody who was partaking in Ramadan. My father was a Muslim, and I also wanted to follow in his footsteps and take on the religion. I want to say I took my Shahada sometime back in this was I want to say 2018, 19-ish, around there somewhere, maybe or maybe even early, maybe 2017. Yeah, and this year, I wanted to go full fledged Ramadan, but I made some mistakes, and I'm pretty sure Allah forgives me. I spoke to one of them real ox, one of them real Muslim brothers, and he gave me a breakdown of what this is all about. This is definitely not for play. This is definitely not a game. So Ramadan Kareem to all of my people who out here and they pushing through this time. It is a beautiful thing when you get through it and you are able to celebrate and embrace the all of the great things that comes from it. And most importantly, it's all about Allah at the end of the day. You have to go into Ramadan with pure intentions. So, and my intentions was definitely pure. But at the same time, players mess up and I know God forgive. Moving along, let's talk about, utilizing the internet to your benefit. Now, as of recent, I've been seeing this guy. You know, you've probably seen him on the Pop the Balloon episodes. Aaron the Plumber's been going crazy viral. You know, he rips off his shirt, hits you with a two-piece to the biscuit and all that good shit. But besides the foolery, I want to commend Dog for taking hard constructive criticism, being called a Ninja Turtle, running with that, and not letting up. You feel me? Because I don't think he has let up since Pop the Balloon. And I've been seeing Dog go viral every other couple days for doing whatever, you know, he got to do to make the best of his situation. So, yeah, you know, even with myself, I said, you know, how could I apply, without doing all of the extra goofiness, how could I apply these tactics with myself and utilizing the internet to my advantage? You know what I mean? So it was just something, you know, just a thought. I looked at what was going on and I said, man, you know what? I got to definitely start utilizing the internet to my advantage. Like first thing I do when I actually get on the phone, I'm going to Wallow page or I'm looking forward to something that Wallow 267 is posting. You feel me? I met Wallow a few months back at a book signing. Very dope individual, very dope story. And to see what he's become after doing so many years in prison and to see that he started his journey at the age that I am now, at age 37, it really is really impactful for me. You know me, a person who felt like, yo, I'm too old to rap. I'm too old to be doing this. I'm too old to be doing that. Really just psyching myself and tricking myself out of my own spot. And I'm like, yo, it's people still doing it, man. Like as long as it's life in your body and God is waking you up each and every day, you have another day to be great and do anything that you put your motherfucking mind to, dog. And I just want to keep speaking positive and greatness into each and every one of you individuals who tune in, because it's not over until it's over, man. For real, for real. And honestly, like the guy or don't like the guy, let's get into music. Tory Lanez dropped arguably one of the best projects that I've heard this year from a prison cell. You understand? Like that alone showed me that anything is possible and you really can do anything that you put your mind to out here, man. Like for real. Like homie is in the worst conditions. That it was a video of him spitting some bars and you could hear dudes getting it on, rumbling in the background. You know what I'm saying? So if this man can overcome that and still produce some of the greatest work and still give us product, who am I to sit back and be like, I don't want to do this today? You feel me? You have to check yourself when you are slacking. You got to check yourself sometimes, bro, because it's people that's producing at a high level in the worst circumstances possible. Real talk. So I have to do this, man. Like for real. I have to work out when I don't want to work out. I have to get in front of this camera and give the greatest content and speak to y'all when I don't feel like doing it. I have to get back to my music, start writing them thoughts on and feelings that I'm going through. I even started, I didn't even think I was going to talk about it. I'm started working on my book. I'm working on a book titled Rhythm of Resilience. You know, I'm not sure exactly when that will be complete, but it's definitely on the goal list. 2025, man. You know, shout out to Barbrie. She was on like an earlier episode with me. Actually, my most viewed episode. Go and check that out. And she kind of walked me through the steps and guided me on how to start my book. So, you know, she's got the book out, Turning Pressure into Diamonds. Get that on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, just staying positive and staying motivated these days, because that's what it's about. You feel me? Like, that's what it's all about, man. Just keep pushing positivity, staying motivated, staying sucker free, and staying out the way. And most definitely get into a bag. Now, I saw a segment on my timeline that kind of put me in a deep thought, and I wanted to share and speak about this with y'all, see what y'all thoughts were, some of my viewers. as we know, so Gravy Jamal Willard, who played Notorious B.I.G. in the Notorious movie, now Tubi star. My man on Tubi like every other week, putting out some dope content as well. He spoke about interracial dating and how, he thought that dating outside of his race benefited him better versus dating someone of his own race. And it got me to thinking, because it's no secret, my girlfriend is Latin, my girlfriend is Puerto Rican, and plan on making her my fiance and wife very soon. So I got to thinking, all the times that we were out and got dirty looks, and when even just heard things that I really didn't expect to hear from people close to me. I want to speak about why is it so criticized for people to marry outside of their race? Because if it was meant for people, like I see Dr. Umar go on these crazy rants about this all the time, and I disagree. I love black women. I come from a black woman. It's nothing but black women in my family. But I don't feel, but just because I'm a black man, I have to date only black women. Like I don't, like God put all races and cultures of women on earth for a reason. I don't think he put a variety of different human beings on earth to be like, hey, black man, you have to just date this black woman. I don't think that's how it go. And a lot of people may disagree. I know a lot of black women might tear my ass up for that, but I just generally don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like you have to stick to one race of a female. I just don't agree. And I'm not gonna go on and say, oh man, because she do this better or that better. Nah, you love who you want to love, and I think marrying outside your race is dope. Like, yo, at the end of the day, you are one person that has to live with your own choices. It's up to you. Nobody else can make these decisions and choices for you. So at the end of the day, you have to do what you want to do. You can't really give a fuck about opinions and criticism from others, because people are gonna talk about you whether you're doing good or bad. You have to know that. So yeah, I just think I don't know what the big deal is and why it gets so criticized when you date or marry outside of your race, man. Like I never understood that, but that's just my opinion. Y'all give me y'all thoughts. Y'all let me know. Drop it in the comments if how you feel about interracial dating. You feel me? Like I don't really think it's anything wrong with it. As a man who's I have a child who is half black, African American from myself, and has a Dominican mother. I don't. It is what it is. My son, he's still black. You feel me? So I never understood the big what is you got to do this and that, and I don't know. It is what it is. But moving on, a lot of times we also get a little bit too caught up and wrapped up into the social media world. And I want to tell you guys out there, don't let social media trick you into ruining your perception of reality. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when you put the phone down and you are living life in real time in the real world, none of that BS matters. The likes, what you wearing, who follow you, who don't follow you, who support, who don't support. Like, don't let social media ruin your perception of reality, man. And I mean that, because I know how caught up we all can get on the internet on a day-to-day. Like it's not real. The internet is totally fiction. It's not real. And then we got all of this AI shit, DeepSeek, Chat GPT, thelyricstudio.net. Like, we have these programs that are thinking for you. If you know, being too lazy to think. Like, I still actually like reading a paper book. I listen to a lot of audiobooks when I'm driving because I obviously can't read and drive at the same time. But when time is allowed, I do still pick up a paper book. I do still enjoy doing my own laundry. I do still enjoy creating things from my own mind and my own ideas. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with if you need a little bit of help and you getting writer's block or whatever, I get that too. But don't let the internet become your whole life, man. Like, even the gamers and streamers, don't let that become your whole life. Like, shout out to Casanat, Talil. Who else I watch? I watch my man London's Way. I watch a few dudes on the internet, but at the same time, when I cut the TV off, I'm still Mac Melly. You get what I'm saying? Do I get inspired? Do it make me want to go hard? Absolutely. Them guys are totally crushing shit. They doing their thing. But at the end of the day, I'm still me. And you still got to be you. So don't let the internet ruin your perception of reality once again. You feel me? Music been trash lately. I think for me right now, my top albums would have to be GNX by Kendrick Lamar, Alligators by Doechii, which I just listened to for the first time this week, and I couldn't believe how dope she was. Sorry, Doechii, I'm late to the party. First half of that album was nothing short of phenomenal. I loved it. Tory Lanez. I'm gonna say it again. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with everything that's going on. Not even gonna get into that. Free Tory though, you know what I'm saying? But phenomenal album, you know what I'm saying? We got the critics in the comments and they pro this person, and I'm not into all that. Free Tory, dope ass album. Stream that, check it out for yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Summer goals. Man, this summer I want to do a lot more, man. I definitely want to hit the beach a little bit more, for sure. I definitely like to hit the beach more this summer, so it'll definitely motivate me to get in the gym and go a lot harder. I don't feel like I got enough sand last summer, enough water. So I will be at some beaches this summer, you know what I'm saying? Just enjoying life. Maybe have a few drinks. I don't really drink too much anymore, which is a good thing. It's really occasional. I definitely like to travel more. I definitely want to go back to Atlanta and really experience Atlanta the way I want to experience it. Let's see, what else I have on the agenda for the summer? Definitely pushing the clothing brand. You know what I'm saying? If you see me out here promoting and pushing that introvert universe in delusional genius, cop something. Either way, we're gonna definitely revamp this and get some more internet is fiction merch for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this summer I just want to have a good time. I want nothing but good vibes, good energy around me. It's definitely gonna be a lot changing as far as my living situation goes. Me and my significant other will be joining as one. And it's very interesting, man. I mean, shit, she's with me all the time, so I'm not really tripping. So, I'm just growing as a man every day as a person. I'm just growing. Man, I'm loving the man that I'm becoming, man. Like I ain't gonna lie. Even in my darkest times, I just really appreciate the path that God is putting me in, and I wouldn't want to be anybody else, man. Real talk. I'm gonna take a brief intermission. Sometimes the camera get overheated, but I'll be right back with y'all. You already know. Okay, we live and we back up in this thing one more time. Yeah. Yeah, so like I was saying, I got a question of the week for y'all. What do you think is easier? Being in a committed relationship or having multiple partners juggling and having options? Drop it in the comments and let me know what you think is easier. Being in a committed relationship or having more than one partner. Let me know. I like to know y'all thoughts on that. Because for me, I think love is a beautiful thing. When you find love, when you find your person, when you find someone who is ride or die and 100% about you, because a lot of us will sit and tolerate disrespect. We will tolerate cheating. We will tolerate nagging, complaining. We will settle down with people we know we don't really want to be with because the pussy good, or if a man giving her great pipe, she gonna settle down. A lot of women are dickmatized. A lot of men are pussy whipped. Let's just call a spade a spade. So I have also another question. Not a question, because it's a big difference between being in love and being tolerated. You feel me? Because like when you being loved, it shouldn't come with conditions. You know what I mean? Love should be I think love should be unconditional. You know, you know, like you know when you in love and you know when someone loves you back. You feel me? It's just certain things that you don't have to ask. I think communication is one of the biggest things that people get messed up in relationships. Like you have to communicate with your partner, because if the communication isn't strong, you ain't really got no real foundation to lean on in a relationship, you know? And also take time away from each other. Like don't always be on top of your partner 24/7, man. Like you got to be doing the things that you like to do as a man, and she has to do things that make her happy and fulfill her as a woman. You know, and I also don't believe that two people should be looking to make each other happy either. Like you have to find your happiness as well as the same way I have to find my happiness. You get what I'm saying? So, and tolerating a person, I feel like is when you kind of know that it's over. And again, you just sticking around because you've been with this. You're accustomed to this individual. You've been with this person for so long. This person is all you know. You don't want to start over. I've heard women say, I have female friends that say, oh, I stayed with this person because, I don't want to have multiple partners. And I understand that, but at the same time, like, why, you next thing you know, you having a baby with somebody who you didn't really care about. And now y'all really stuck together forever. Like that don't make no sense. You feel me? So to prevent all that, you have to find your person. And when you found your person, stop chasing the people who you think you like and they ain't showing no real interest. It's this dude I watch on YouTube. I believe, pardon me, bro, if I forget your name. His name is Amari, and he got this short film called Delusion, right? Delusional or Delusion, right? And in the film, he pursued a female in the film. He was out with his homeboy having lunch. He walks up to shorty. He knew her from junior high school, whatnot. End up, macking, rapping to her, got the number. She took the number, told her homegirl about it. You know how it go. So long story short, her homegirl put her on with another dude who was her friend, but the dude who her homegirl put her on with, she was on him. You feel me? Like all googly eyed and just basically on homie sack. You feel me? But the dude Amari really liked shorty. He bought her flowers. He was interested. He's calling her. He made plans. Like she didn't have to ask him what kind of date they going on. He already had it set in stone, and she kind of hit him with the, yo, I'm busy because she wanted to link other dudes. So she rejected this dude's date, goes on a date with the guy her homegirl hooked up with. Homie smashing that. She smashes, kicked her out. So, but even crazier part, when after he smashed, he make himself something to eat. She asked, "Is this for me?" He's like, "Nah, I got you an Uber outside." And I'm like, "Oh wow," right? So then she got the nerve when she get home after she done already got fucked, got the nerve, call up the other dude now she done canceled on a date but gonna call him. Now she, oh yeah, you could pick me up tomorrow and I'm not busy anymore. And so dude, he don't know what's going on. He shows up with flowers at the end of their date, which went well. He expressing himself. He want to get with her and she's telling him, she don't really see him as a couple right now. And I'm just like, yo, what the hell? You done let this cornball smash first date, but the dude who's showing genuine interest and showing that he want to be with you, he about you want to push him to the curb. You know what I'm saying? And I because for me, I it was real relatable for me. I know I had that happen to me before. So I'm just like, man, people are really something. But again, you like what you like. But also goes back to my point. When someone is in love with you versus when a person tolerates you. The dude Amari, he fucked with Shorty. I could tell he would have been husband material. He potentially could have loved her. Other dude just tolerated her. He wanted some cheeks and he got her up out of there. You know what I'm saying? As most men do. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was that's just my take on that one time. Yeah. Before we get up out of here, I want to leave y'all with this. Right? When it comes to friendships and relationships, don't be over loyal, man. Make sure that you take the time to put yourself first sometimes. And I say that because often we will be loyal to a fault. And when I'm saying we will be loyal to a fault, it's like you don't want to be too loyal. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be too loyal to the point that you just damn near just dumb. You feel me? Because I have friends that I've known for years. You know what I'm saying? And I have friends that I've just met. Friends that I just met sometimes go harder than motherfuckers I've knew my entire life. And this is nothing against the people that I've known my entire life. Shout out to y'all. Love everybody. If you know my heart, you know Mel rock with everybody. I don't have any enemies that I know of. But a real day one is a person who really kept it real since day one. Years and years and years of friendship don't make somebody a day one. That's bullshit. If he kept it real or she kept it real from the first time y'all met, shook hands, and been solid, that's the day one. Like, shout out to my dog Last Chance, man. You know what I'm saying? No, this is his hat. Art Love War, this the beanie. I'm always supporting my dog, bro. I don't see him as competition. I'm not trying to be better than him. He's not trying to be better than me. We share and bounce ideas. We share information. I met homie on Instagram. You feel me? And we were speaking in the DM. I know I had posted he put out some new clothes. Go to artlovewar.com, by the way. My boy dropped a little, new hoodie, members only. Fire joint. And I posted it and he hit me like, yo, bro, it's family members who ain't even post that shit, bro. You been a real nigga since day one. And I'm like, of course, facts. When you my dog. And shout out to my brother Short Man Score. He mentioned this to me in my DM the other day too. He was like, yo, bro, you are very loyal. And when you love hard. That's one of your strengths. And I sat back and it got me to thinking about everything I really love and been going hard for over these past couple of years. And I'm like, yo, he's right. But at the same time, I've been loyal to the point that I've been dumb too. You feel me? So just I would just say, I just want to leave y'all with, don't be loyal to the point that you just naive and you just doing stuff that people, like, a lot of times people will use and abuse you till you on your last legs. And then when you need them and you reaching out for some support and some help from them, they act like they don't even try to ask you if you could use any help or support. And also, if you need support, don't be afraid to say that too, because a lot of times we'll be needing help and support and won't reach out. I had to learn that too. It took a lot for me to start utilizing my resources. So, yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? This is the Internet is Fiction. We are going to continue to be consistent. We are going to continue to be resilient, and we are going to continue to strive for greatness. Once again, I'm your host, Mac Melly. Episode 27, Tell a Friend to Tell a Friend. That's all I got for y'all today, man. Until next time, if you have anything that you would like me to discuss or talk about, hit that DM or hit them comments on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Love. You already.